Welcome, everyone, to What to Watch Live, the show where we discuss the best in TV and entertainment this week. My name is David, and today I am joined by my fellow Xfinity editors, Quam, Landon, and the Sugar Plum Fairy herself, the 5 golden rings of our 12 days of Christmas. It's Audrey.
Wow, what a welcome.
What an introduction.
It's been a while since you got one, Audrey, so I had to do one for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
That was beautiful.
Okay. It was. I'm ready to go.
Thank you. Now we're all loosened up now?
Yeah.
Shoulder movement, y'all.
On today's show, we will be visited by the ghosts of holidays past, present, and future. Landon will try to change our mind about football cheater Tom Brady. We'll explore some of the TV shows we're currently obsessed with and help you plan your TV watch list for the week. But first, as always, let's kick things off with In the News. The 2021 People's Choice Awards air tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBC and E. Among this year's top nominated movies are Black Widow, Dune, Fast 9, and Shang-Chi. While on the TV side, This Is Us, WandaVision, Only Murders in the Building, and Law & Order SVU lead the pack. Oh, and on the music side of things, Olivia Rodrigo and Lil Nas X were both nominated for 5 awards each, and Drake was nominated for, checks notes, 2. This year, you can predict...
The shade.
Kwame, don't ever stop. It
doesn't ever stop.
This year, you can predict the People's Choice Awards and possibly win up to $25,000. All you have to do is download the NBC Sports Predictor app and then tune in tonight to see if you've won. And to that point, do any of you have any predictions for any winners tonight? I'll go to anyone.
Yeah, I'll go. I loved Only Murders in the Building so much, so I hope it wins. I feel like I'm in the minority with that one, but it was so fun and so different than anything else. And I would just like to see Martin Short and Steve Martin get up there and do an acceptance speech. I think it would be adorable. So that's my vote.
Yeah.
David, I actually have 2. One's going to be a question. One's going to be a statement. Which would you prefer?
Give me the statement.
Okay, I want Ted Lasso to win everything, especially Best Comedy. I'm just a huge... It just makes me feel good. It's like the nicest show. But my question, David...
I'm getting the question too?
Correct. Has anyone seen Vacation Friends with John Cena? Because it feels like a movie that would be right up my alley. It's up for a comedy movie of 2021. But I wanted to pose the question. I have not seen it yet, but it feels like I would really enjoy a good John Cena. And also, do we not all love Vacation Friends? Just to totally spiral off track here. Like, you meet those people on vacation and you have such a good time because there's one just thought in mind, and then you leave to never speak to them again. It feels like a great movie idea.
It's not people you go on vacation with who are already friends. It's strangers you meet while on vacation who become friends, but not really because then you never talk to them again.
Sliding up to the pool bar, getting a nice cold bevy. Hey, how are you? Turns out you spend 4 days with them and then you never speak to them again. It sounds like the perfect idea for a movie.
I feel like that's more of a thing like before social media. I feel like nowadays you like end up following them on Instagram or Snapchat, but definitely before, having those friends that were your best friend for that weekend and then never talking to them ever again.
I met a group of people in Vietnam like 4 years ago, and one of them still emails me every Christmas with like happy holidays. 4 years later, I still get emails from my Vietnam vacation friends.
Do you respond to them?
I say like, yeah, like Merry Christmas back, but I just didn't expect it.
David, I'm gonna be honest. You're not holding up your end of the bargain here. Yeah, Audrey is right. I'm going to take the words out of Audrey's mouth. He's upset.
I said, here is my email address. Sure. Let's keep in touch. And I'm doing that.
That just sounds like a
That's
real
called a pen
friend, not
pal.
a vacation friend.
To your point about John Cena, there's like a thing right now where I think these pro wrestlers who have crossed over to movies are like making every franchise they're in or movie better somehow. Like it's the same thing with like The Rock, and John Cena is like following that same path. And I think two people are going to have really big nights tonight. One of them is The Rock, who's nominated in the movie categories for Jungle Cruise for some reason, and the TV categories for Young Rock. He's also being awarded for the People's Champion Award. And people just love The Rock. And like the Fast 9 franchise is nominated, and John Cena is up for that award. So I think they'll have really big nights. And of course, Olivia Rodrigo, who did have the biggest year of any solo artist aside from Lil Nas X this year. So she'll definitely clean up.
Whoa.
And Christina Aguilera is getting nominated, or is getting the Music Icon Award. And I think we forget about Christina, like when we're talking about like the best like vocalists in music right now, or even of like the past like 2 decades. But I saw her at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony back in October, and she killed it. Like, I'm like, God, why isn't she still putting out hit songs? I don't understand it.
Well, she did try to put out a song a few years ago. I enjoyed it, unironically, but didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere fast.
Is it she just has made quadrillions of dollars and wants to just relax?
Maybe.
I guess. I mean, she was great on The Voice too. So
she was. You're right.
I don't know. I mean, she's doing her thing, and like again, she really entertained me at the Hall of Fame. So she's still getting it done, and hopefully, maybe tonight we'll kickstart something for her. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to say, the other thing I think is interesting is Halle Berry's getting the People's Icon Award tonight at the People's Choice Awards. And like, she's having a comeback too. Like, she was just in Bruised on Netflix that was in the top 10 for like a really long time. So I don't know, maybe we're going to see some comebacks of people that we've enjoyed in the past. So I'm excited. I'm
predicting it right now that Doja Cat is going to win Female Artist of the Year and be a huge upset to Olivia Rodrigo. Much to my pleasure and to David's dismay.
Not a chance.
I just like the idea of just David continually punching down and Kwame just swinging right upwards into him over.
I gotta fight back.
We'll have to follow up on next week's show with who won this epic battle.
Exactly. And you can find out as well. The People's Choice Awards air tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBC and E. Just say People's Choice Awards into your remote to set a reminder. And next up, it's the most wonderful time of the year in a segment called Collections Corner. For as long as I can remember, I've been absolutely obsessed with the holiday season. And as an Xfinity editor, one of my favorite annual traditions is curating a collection of the happiest entertainment since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Just say holidays into your voice remote right now to explore holiday movies, TV, music, family, entertainment, and more. Oh, that's family entertainment and more, including our brand new Holidays Past, Present, and Future collections. In Holidays Past, you'll find beloved holiday TV specials, can't miss movie classics, and iconic holiday carols, as well as my hand-picked list of the 20 greatest classic holiday TV episodes of all time, from Father Knows Best and The Brady Bunch to Family Matters and Seinfeld. In Holidays Present, you'll find all of this year's brand new series, specials, movies, and music, as well as modern favorites like Elf, The Polar Express, The Holiday, and Love Actually. You'll also find rows of Hallmark and Lifetime holiday movies and a curation of every single holiday episode of The Office. And finally, stay up to date on this year's new holiday premieres with the Holidays Future calendar, featuring upcoming series, specials, and premieres all the way through New Year's Eve. And if that's not enough holiday magic for you, we've got 20 different versions of A Christmas Carol from 1910 to now, as well as 10 memorable Christmas Carol TV episodes, free holiday channels from Zumo and Pluto TV, free holiday games and apps, and all the Yule logs you can shake a Yule log at. Just say holidays into your voice remote to start exploring. And Audrey, come back here on screen. I know you took a sleigh ride through this year's collection and actually stumbled upon a new holiday show you are obsessed with.
I am. It's called Baking It on Peacock, guys. And it stars Andy Samberg and Maya Rudolph. If Maya Rudolph can't bring the holiday spirit to anyone, like who can, right? So it's like a really easy watch. It's 6 30-minute episodes. Whoever was in charge of the set design on the show really like deserves millions of dollars in several promotions, because it feels like you were in like Santa's chic winter workshop, and it's just so adorable and so wonderful. The teams are made up of amateur bakers. They're all lovely, 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 lovely human beings. And the judges are sweet yet very opinionated grandmas. Like, what more could you want there? They love you, but they know that you can do better, and they're going to tell it to you straight. Let's roll a clip, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Welcome to Baking It. One team will win the $50,000 prize.
I was going to say the journey, not the money.
Uh-oh. That's what my lower back tattoo says. What are you making?
Pudding 3 ways.
I did a lot of those in college.
Pudding 3 ways.
Now, our judges are here to do what grandmothers do best. Judge you because they love you and think you can do better. It's great.
Delicious.
So good. I don't agree with you on that one.
What, you don't
I think
agree
it's undercooked.
I want a cake that makes me go, what? And then,
So what you didn't see in that clip is the amazing musical numbers that exist in this show. There is the opening theme song, which is called Baking It, that will be stuck in your head forever. Samberg, the Sand-Eating Reindeer, is an Andy Samberg original. So instead of being in the snow, he's at the beach. And Pie is My Guy is a Maya Rudolph original song. And they're all just so clever. And obviously they honed their SNL skills, and it really shines here. So Baking It, everybody watch it. Go? It's so fun. Baking it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Baking it.
Yay!
So much talent, Audrey.
So
wow, it should be Audrey versus Olivia Rodrigo this year. I mean, good lord.
I was gonna say I might clean up at the PCAs tonight, guys. So that nice little segue from music and the holidays leads us to Quam, because I think he has something to share with us.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Mm-hmm. And what are the holidays without holiday music? So no need to worry, because the Holiday Music Headquarters is your one-stop shop for all your holiday music needs. From Christmas classics to Christmas carols and even holiday performances and Yule logs, the Holiday Music Headquarters has everything you need to get into the holiday spirit. So if you're tired of listening to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, just say Holiday Music Headquarters into your voice remote so you can see the full experience and listen to something else, because that song is overrated. But I want to ask my fellow editors, what are some of your favorite holiday songs? If we can go back to pull up.
I'm gonna jump right in. No, David, I'm gonna steal the reins here.
Go for it. Don't do it. Do not do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm driving home for Christmas. Look, nobody knows this hit by Chris Rea. I'm gonna torch his last name. It's 3 letters, R-E-A. It's Chris Rea, and he just has a hit called "Driving Home for Christmas," and it is a beautiful rendition of what you do during the holidays. You just get in the car. And you drive for a really long time, and you just get ready to see those smiling faces. Just pop it on. You won't be disappointed, I promise. It's Nickelback meets like Smokey Robinson, I think.
Pop it on and immediately pop it off, because it's terrible.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Love you.
I mean, I'll say very quickly, I love Step Into Christmas by Elton John is like, I don't know, just it's got a real like upbeat, it's a little less traditional, but it really gets me jazzed for the holidays.
Mine is
Audrey.
twofold. So "Oh Holy Night" is like my classic favorite, preferably by Celine Dion. I will take Josh Groban if like I have to, but I really want Celine. And on the like cool girl side, Blink-182's "I Won't Be Home for Christmas" is like my pop punk Christmas dream. So Classic,
Boy, you
not
just
classic.
summed up Josh Groban's whole career. We have all these singers, but we'll take Josh Groban if we have to.
Love you, Josh.
Poor Josh. He was great in The Office. So since we're talking about holiday classics, the greatest holiday movie of all time just might be Frank Capra's 1946 classic, It's a Wonderful Life, starring Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, and Lionel Barrymore. And now you can get It's a Wonderful Life on us as an Xfinity Rewards member. If you're not already a member, you can join now on the Xfinity app or say Xfinity Rewards into your voice remote to learn more. Next up, this is the true story of 4 docuseries picked to live in a segment to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. This is Change My Mind.
Change my mind.
Change my mind. Change my mind. Change my mind. ESPN Plus recently debuted a brand new docuseries entitled Man in the Arena, highlighting the 22-year career of NFL quarterback Tom Brady, who lost Super Bowl 52 to backup quarterback Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles, and then refused to shake Foles' hand after the 41-33 defeat. I don't care much for Tom Brady, but documentaries and docuseries have the tendency to change one's mind about a public figure. And Landon, you watched Man in the Arena, so will this change my mind?
You know what? I'm going to come at it from a different angle here, David.
Okay.
One, the first thing I'm going to put on you here is before we even jump into Man in the Arena, I want you to know is probably 90% of the documentaries you watch are about people you don't like or bad people. I mean, if we're being honest here, there are a bunch of murder mysteries. I mean, Tiger King, he was cheating those tigers. So let me just tell you, Man in the Arena, what I really think, and to jump off here, Man in the Arena, what I really think is neat here is much like Tiger or much like The Last Dance, these are these like stoic figures who we hear about every week, whether you're in sports or not, truly, and you really don't know that much about them. Maybe you think you do and you watch every week, but it's so easy to remember, as David noted, 22 years. I mean, if I pose the question to all of you guys right now, do you have any idea why Tom Brady even got to play in the NFL, his first start? Any idea as to how he got in?
I would know.
Hit it, Kwam. Hit it.
The starting quarterback for the Patriots at the time, I think it was Drew Bledsoe, got hurt. And Tom Brady came in and saved the day and turned around the season. Yes, I like the Patriots a lot.
That's
absolutely correct. Drew Bledsoe had his lungs just obliterated, but he was able to play again in the future. And much like with these star quarterbacks, Drew Bledsoe had just signed a massive mega deal at the time. So the idea was, all right, let's go rest up. Tom Brady will fill in for a little while, and Drew Bledsoe's coming back. But Bill Belichick never let Drew Bledsoe come back. And it's just a crazy thing to think that had that hit not happened in week 2, we might not have any idea who Tom Brady is. So these stories are almost mythical. And there's 4 episodes. I think the 4th episode just released this morning. It's just, some of these stories are just so incredible. And I think it's neat to know about this character, whether you like him or not, David. Maybe you want a 10-part series on how many teams Nick Foles has been on. I don't know, but what I can tell you is you're going to hear about Tom Brady forever. And whether it's sports, whether it's music, news, however, these characters are going to kind of live with us. And I think it's neat to know about them. So when you get into a room, you can spit facts like Kwam just did. I mean, come on. What feels better than being in the know? And you should be in the know the same way Tom was the man in the arena. And that's my song.
I mean, I can't even like what he's doing in his 40s is incredible on the Buccaneers. Like there's no question that like who has done what he's doing at his age at this level. Like it sucks as like someone who doesn't really like him personally, but like he's one of, if not the greatest quarterback of all time. It really hurts to say that, but like also I think he's a big baby. So, you know, whatever.
Makes for great stories
superstar, though. But what competitive superstar is not the biggest baby? Let's be real.
I know, a big flopper like LeBron, like.
Oh yeah. Wow, Davis is going for all the greats right now.
I mean, come on. But
it started with Drake. I mean, now it's going to Tom Brady and LeBron.
I mean,
Kwam's right,
LeBron or Tom Brady.
Quam's right. I mean, the rumors are there as to why Michael Jordan, we all love The Last Dance. The rumors are there. He left basketball to go to baseball, potentially because of a quiet gambling scandal. So the stories are there about all these stars, and it's just neat to see them unearthed. Sad that Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods get to kind of write the documentary and kind of narrate the way it goes. But hey, I'm here for it. They're great stories.
Well, Quam, since you were already spitting some facts before, were there any docuseries that changed your mind?
Yes, actually. So, Shangri-La tells the story of the iconic music producer and record label CEO, Rick Rubin. So, depending on which artist you talk to, they're either going to tell you that Rick Rubin is a magician with magic in his beard. He just knows how to make music and make your record go from here to into the stratosphere. Or they'll say he just lays in the studio with his shoes off and kind of does nothing. So, I had to know the story behind the man in the myth of Rick Rubin. I had to watch Shangri-La on Showtime, and I can actually say I understand where artists come from when they say he's able to take your song from here to here. While he's not necessarily your conventional music producer where he's like making the beats or he's engineering everything, he just has a real knack for being able to know what is needed in a song to make it better and take it to that next level. And he's obviously trained musician. I think he played guitar, and I think he played piano. Maybe I don't know, maybe. And he has done all his own producing. But from what I saw in the documentary, he really was able to just compose a track really well. And I don't mean like classical music. I mean the arrangements or suggesting the artist say, hey, how about you try, going into your upper register in your vocal cords and singing it that way instead of trying to sing it down here low. And you really get to see the benefit to Rick Rubin and like his creative process and how he's able to really just compose a song and just really just elevate, an artist's own musical capabilities. And it doesn't hurt that some of my favorite artists who I really look up to actually stand by him and say he's like the guru. So Shangri-La was a really eye-opening documentary just like into his own musical process. So it definitely changed my mind because I was leaning towards maybe he's just a guy who just is there. But now that I know.
Yeah. Audrey, didn't you watch that McCartney 321 documentary that had Rubin in it?
I did. Yeah, I liked it. I think he's definitely unique, right? Like he doesn't wear shoes. He's like free flowing beard and like just really doing his own thing. But I also watched Shangri-La. I know. I watched Shangri-La a while ago, so I don't remember all the ins and outs, but I remember admiring that studio in Malibu because it is just bananas. So, all that producing gets you somewhere.
And Audrey, I think you actually have a music-related documentary that has sort of changed your mind as well.
I do. Everyone's going after the greats, so I'm just going to keep it going. So mine is Miss Americana on Netflix, which is the 2020 Taylor Swift documentary. No shade against Taylor Swift. Swifties, don't come after me. She's great. She's fine. Not like totally my cup of tea, but I get it. But watching this documentary like really made her seem like a person, which is right. The goal of a documentary or a docuseries is to like strip down the like celebrity and be like, this is just a human being. And that's what it did for me. So I really related to her in a lot of strange ways that I wasn't expecting. So I will list a few of them. This opens with like the fact that she talks about really always wanting to be thought of as good. And she just wanted everybody's approval. She wanted to be like the good girl doing the right thing. And that's like me to a T. Like I love it. I love rules. Like I want to like do a good job and I want people to pat me on the head. And like, I actually think she says like she loved getting pats on the head in the docu-series or in the documentary. So I really related to that. She likes to put ice in her wine and is unapologetic about it. And I also like to put ice in my white wine. There's a scene where they're like writing a new song and she wants to order food because it's, the middle of the night. They're working on this album for so long. And she's like, oh, how about burritos? And as she's eating this burrito, she talks about how she never had a burrito until 2 years before that in her mid-20s. And there's a lot of foods that I've never had. Like I've never had shrimp. David knows this. Like there's a lot of foods that I just never ate. So the point is, me and Taylor Swift have a lot in common, and I really came around to her. And it's a really great documentary. I think you guys would all probably enjoy it. It really like humanizes her a lot. So yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah, and I like that about her because I mean I think the public perception, or at least among fans, is that she's very much this like humble, down-to-earth person. But there's also like when you're that big, when you're at her level, there's also a machine that is necessary to keep the ship going. And I think by nature of that machine, the publicity machine, the legal team, like all of it that goes with it, I think there's another group of people who are like, oh, this can't be real. This isn't her. This is just all this product of promotion and all of that. And maybe she's not who she says she is. So it is interesting then to see that maybe she is, you know. So the documentary is certainly doing its job, I guess.
For sure.
Some would say that she's a pretty swift engine to churn out some music. Would that be her as a machine and swift? And that was a miss. It was a huge miss there.
I
went for it. I was sitting here the whole time going for it, and it was a huge miss. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, again, swinging for some of the greats, I recently binged Peter Jackson's 3-part, 8-hour docuseries entitled The Beatles Get Back. Look, I know the Beatles are one of the greatest bands of all time. I've just never actually been a Beatles fan. If you're like, you're a fan of the Beatles, no, it doesn't mean I don't like the Beatles. I just don't care about the Beatles. I actually do enjoy a lot of their early 60s songs, like Love Me Do, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, like all of like the Ed Sullivan, like mushroom top cut versions of the Beatles, rather than like the later 60s songs like Hey Jude or Let It Be. And as it turns out, the series actually follows the Beatles as they were making the 1969 album Let It Be and a 1970 documentary. Like this is like behind the scenes of making a documentary and an album. It's really, really like weird inception. And it really provides incredible insight into the interpersonal dynamics of the band at the height of their popularity, as well as their incredible musical gift. And one of my favorite moments is in the first episode, it shows Paul McCartney sitting down to like fiddle with his bass guitar, just searching for a song. He has no song. He sits down and it's just ding, 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 like toodly doo, like on his guitar, searching for anything. And Ringo and George are watching him. Like George is sitting there yawning as Paul McCartney's playing in front of him. And then suddenly Paul is strumming and just speaking his gibberish, and he just finds Get Back. He just comes up with it on the spot, the entire, like the whole melody. And you just see this moment that he discovers it. And it's incredible. It's an incredible look at musical genius as it happens, something that is rarely ever captured on camera like that. And it just like blew my mind. And then on the other hand, episode 3 features a moment where Ringo Starr farts. So there are like two sides to the coin of the Beatles.
Of course he does.
Very quality.
But I highly recommend it. I mean, you see the fights, you see, you know, the seeds of the Beatles breakup, plus a lot of like really fascinating moments, like the concert or the rooftop concert. It's really, really cool for fans and non-fans alike. And it actually made me care more about the Beatles. Yeah.
Look at us caring about things we didn't care about.
Yeah. What'd you say, Kwon?
I was gonna say, did it change your opinion on any of their songs? Do you like now like Hey Jude?
I mean, you can't not like Hey Jude. I'm just not like, oh my God, Hey Jude. Like, but I did like, it was really cool. So now I'm going to ramble just slightly. There's a show called Songland that was on NBC that I really, really love, where they have like these songwriters come on, pitch their song, sing it, and then this panel of producers in real time sits there and makes it better and says like, what if instead of this, you said this? Or what if instead of meh, 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 you went meh, 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 meh. And like they just mumble their way through it and just add little bits and pieces and up and down. I hear it like little things that we would never even think of and instantly make an okay song into like this earworm. And it's just so hard to fathom. And like when you watch that, you're like, oh my God, like Paul McCartney came up with Get Back in a minute fiddling with his guitar. And you just like can't not appreciate a song when you see musical genius happen in real time like that.
I think what's even neater about that is it happened so long ago. Like so much today is taken video of and recorded, whereas back then it just wasn't such a thing. So for that to happen at that time period is kind of neat too. That is really neat, David.
Yeah, highly recommend it. It's a lot to watch, 8 hours, so it's a commitment, but totally worth it. And all of you out there can check out the docuseries we just discussed and more by just saying what to watch into your voice remote. And speaking of what to watch, we are moving on to a segment now called What We're Watching. Sure, December is a great time to get lost in your favorite holiday entertainment, but there's so much more to enjoy this month outside of the holly and jolly. And each one of us has a series that we're currently obsessed with or very excited about. And Audrey, I'll turn to you first to talk about a TV reboot that is more than 17 years in the making.
Guys, it took so long to explain why I'm sitting in my closet. So Sex and the City was obviously, a behemoth. It premiered in 1998, it concluded in 2004. There were 94 episodes over 6 seasons. It had 2 movies and then a prequel on the CW in 2013 as well. So I didn't realize when I did this closet that I was inspired by Carrie Bradshaw and her blue closet, but I really think that's what happened. And I was like insistent on having this closet painted blue. And the more I think about it, I just think that was like in my subconscious. And so here we are. So now I'm filming the show in my closet to talk about, and just like that. So, and just like that is the show that I am excited to watch this week. It premieres on Thursday on HBO Max. And it's the reboot of Sex and the City. And I think we have a clip to show.
You're not happy with who you are? Step out of that box and change.
And just like that, after all the years and all the changes, you're still you. Hello, lovers.
So like the original, this version follows Carrie, lawyer Miranda, and former gallerista and current homemaker Charlotte. They're going through their lives in New York City, but this time they're navigating love and friendships and everything between in their 50s. So kind of picks up where it left off in a way. We'll notice that Kim Cattrall, Samantha, for those of you in the know, is missing. But in her place, there are 4 new actors: Sarita Chowdhury, Nicole Ari Parker, Karen Pittman, and Sarah Ramirez. And this reboot, you'll probably notice, seems to be a lot more diverse, which is really exciting. So I'm super excited to watch this. I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be amazing? There's a lot of pressure. Like, it's a huge franchise to live up to. But it gives me all the feels seeing these girls back on the screen again. So I'm super excited. So Thursday, HBO Max.
A lot to live up to. And yes, your closet is lovely, Audrey. I had forgotten you were sitting in your closet. It didn't even occur to me.
Just casual, just totes normal.
Kwam, what are you currently watching and excited about?
So I'm currently watching Insecure. So let me tell y'all, I used to watch Insecure. I watched the first season and then I completely fell off the show. And so with this being its 5th and final season, I figured it was the perfect time to pick the show back up. And so I think give it a clip and we can run it right now.
How long did it take for you and Ted to get back? We were fake back before we were back. Child, the jokes I laughed at that weren't even funny.
She was parched, like a shriveled up prune.
Prune. It's a lifelong journey, girl. Get it, girl. I thought this panel was gonna make me feel like somebody, but all it did was remind me of where I'm not.
Patty cake, get your man.
Everything's out of my control. Even with Lyft, I don't control where I go. No, I don't want to take you and your friends to Palm Springs. It's Tuesday.
So that's Insecure. And so for those who don't know, Insecure was created by Issa Rae and is partially based on her web series from way back in the day, Awkward Black Girl. The series is about an awkward experience of a contemporary Black woman. And the show is just so funny, but also so real. And I just felt so bad for falling off the show because like I know all my friends love it so much and they always are talking about it. And so I had to take this opportunity with this being its final season, almost like the end of an era in a way, to have to pick it back up. And so I'm currently like recapping the first season so I can like, know what's going on throughout the rest of the show. And I'm mad at myself for letting myself get off this bandwagon because this is quality TV right here. And it's so amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see it end, but I think like in like a Seinfeld office situation, well, the UK office, like Issa Rae's ending it herself. Like it's certainly not getting canceled. Like she's going out on top. She's nominated for awards every single season. And it will come to an end actually the day after Christmas on HBO Max.
And I think it's the way to do it. When a show overstays its welcome, that's how it kind of loses its lust, the luster for the show. So with her only making it 5 seasons, I think that's like the prime, how many seasons a show should have. Once you get more than 5, it's the quality really starts to dip. And so, yes, I think she did a great job.
Yeah, and then she can come back 5 years from now and make a movie, Insecure the movie or something for HBO
or a
Max.
reboot. Or a reboot,
a reboot. All the rage.
Still Insecure.
Hey, that should be the title. Copyright it right now.
I'm about to.
Landon, what is your jam right now?
I'm kind of like Quam. I'm a little upset with myself. I haven't been watching Jimmy Fallon anywhere near as much as I used to. My wife and I were in love with him, but he's back with a new show on Peacock called That's My Jam. How about we roll the clip here?
Oh, I can do this.
Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. It's a great song. Wow, it's a bummer that you didn't get that, Kelly.
I can do this.
I feel like Stronger is a more well-known.
Who's going to sing it?
No, Ariana.
I'll do it.
All right, Ariana's going to sing this one. Okay, here we go. Stronger by Kelly Clarkson, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I got the part.
My wife and I have loved Jimmy Fallon forever. And we just stopped. And this show is fantastic. It's like a compilation of some of the old skits he used to do on his late night show. But I will add, we're going to talk about some shows here. Audrey, you made a perfect point about Baking It, how it's perfectly judged. The sassy grannies rolling in, making fun of you, letting you know what's the truth, not the truth. That's real scoring. This show, Jimmy Fallon, because you're listening, doesn't have real scoring. It upsets me quite a bit. When this clip is happening, what you just watched, the score is currently 82,000 to 61,000. And the winner of that current game gets 200,000 points, and that's the winner of the game. And I think this started with Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the points don't matter. But if
Landon,
you
I was going to say the same thing. I hated that.
Oh, if you win round 1 and round 2. No, David, thank you. Let's throw more fuel on the fire. If you win round 1 and round 2, it's only 140,000. So you just pitch. You just say, go away, round 1 and round 2. You rest the vocals, and you just win round 3. And you have 200,000, and it's a win. But what else you get with this show is peak Blake Shelton. As that clip goes on, he can't read and sing at the same time. It's beautiful. It's hilarious. It's just perfect, and it is great. Just sit down and just laugh and just have a good time with Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande also, who can just sing their lungs out. So it's kind of neat to see. But the scoring, I'm not here for it. That I will say.
I have so many points. First of all, I know like Whose Line Is It Anyway is considered like a beloved classic, but the reason I didn't like it was because the scoring was so lame. Like I want to see a winner. I don't want 1,000 points for Gryffindor or whatever. Like no, I want actual scoring. So there's a winner and a loser. There's been like some reality shows here and there that I feel the same way about. Second, I waffle back and forth between being like, I always start off being annoyed by by Blake Shelton's sense of humor and then really come around to it and then love it. Like he was
perfect.
on Fallon the other night and he was playing a game virtually and they didn't send him his paddle in time for the game. So he found a banana and peeled it and it was rotten on the tip and he was holding it up to the camera. And it had me like dying laughing. Second, Kelly Clarkson, an all-time great vocalist who I hope gets the attention she deserves because which one was it? Whatever was like Since You've Been Gone and all of that, whatever album that was, like a no skip album. Every song on that album is great. Behind Me's Hazel Eyes, Since You've Been Gone, perfect. And John Legend, Lay Me Down, the duet with Sam Smith, an incredible song. I'm done.
It just is. It's impressive. It's impressive to see artists sing other artists' music. And the clip we just watched kind of reminded me of. There was an SNL skit a while ago where Drake. We're talking about Drake and Olivia Rodrigo way too much, gang. It's like the only thing that come out of my mouth. The SNL skit was like Jay-Z's title goes down, and they have only one person that can sing all of the stations on it. So they just have Ari just singing every. Okay, we need you to sing Beethoven. And it's just like, it's hilarious, but it's so they're so talented. It's unbelievable. I don't know, just it's like impressive as you laugh at Blake Shelton's moldy banana tip.
She is such a chameleon. She's incredible. So I'll round things off with a show I'm currently obsessed with. It's a new Showtime drama called Yellow Jackets. Let's roll a quick clip of that.
It's been a while. I take it you know why I'm here.
Okay, I'm out of here.
We agreed, say no more than we have to. The truth is, the plane crashed. A bunch of my friends died. And then the rest of us starved and scavenged and prayed until they finally found us.
I think we both know there's more to it than that.
So it is Lord of the Flies meets Pretty Little Liars in this incredible series about a high school girls soccer team that ends up stranded in the Ontario wilderness for 19 months after their plane crashes. The series jumps back and forth 25 years between recalling the horrifying events that unfolded deep in the woods and following the survivors in present day as they try to cope with the unspeakable things they did to stay alive. The series' greatest strength, I think, is the casting and the performances, led by Sophie Nélisse, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Sophie Thatcher, and Sammy Hanratty, who play the teenage characters, and Melanie Linsky, Tawny Cypress, Juliette Lewis, and Christina Ricci, who play their modern-day counterparts. The cast is perfect. You really believe that the older actors are the grown-up younger actors. It's so well done. The series really thrives by keeping you guessing about which of your characters in the show are still alive and what they did to survive, who is good, who is evil. It's absolutely brutal and bloody and thrilling and keeps you engaged for an hour every single week. Audrey, I know you're obsessed too. Is there anything you would like to add?
No, just that, well, yes. So I started watching it the first night it aired. I watched it and I was like immediately hooked. It's very different from anything else that's on TV, I think. And I have no idea what the heck is going on. Like I don't even have a guess as to what these like weird fur wearing people and maybe children in the woods that like sacrifice other humans maybe are. And like, do they turn into those people? Were they there already? What are these like, I don't know. There's a lot of questions, and there's like other like supernatural-ish things that seem to be happening too with like children of the grown-up people. One in particular, like, is he seeing ghosts? Like, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm very interested in what is going to happen. And like David said, the casting is amazing. Juliette Lewis and Christina Ricci just like driving in a small car together is just all I want to watch. So it's really cool.
I'm just realizing something, Audrey, that we haven't talked about this show. Like, first of all, it very, for some reason, reminds me of Cruel Summer, just in like the mystery and the really great performances of a younger cast. But in the first episode of Yellow Jackets, there is a necklace you see on one of the characters that leads you to believe, like, something has happened to this character who's wearing the necklace. And then the necklace appears on other characters and it's passed to character. So you're like, you don't really know who ends up in this situation of the necklace character. Same with Cruel Summer, where she has that bracelet, the friendship bracelet in the first episode, and something happens, and whoever had that bracelet on, something
is responsible
happens to them.
for
Right. So it's like kind of some misdirection that like is like a thread throughout and keeps you guessing. So like if you did watch Cruel Summer and you liked it, like I think you'll like Yellow Jackets. It's so good. It's so good, in fact, that in our 100 best of everything countdown that we have, something got bumped and replaced with Yellow Jackets because it was a late edition, just premiered.
Wow.
Something is no longer on that list and it's been replaced by Yellow Jackets.
Spoiler alert.
Probably a Drake song or something. If I
had
probably. Sorry, certified lover boy.
David, I have to.
I knew we couldn't trust David.
Honest moment here. What is this? What is this show on? Because I need it in my vein now. What is this on?
Showtime.
Oh, okay.
Showtime, and I think we're only 4 episodes in, maybe 5.
Yeah, it airs on Sunday.
You're
I
putting
think Sunday
a show.
was the 4th.
You're putting a show that's only 4 episodes in on the best of 2021.
It's that good. It is that good.
But
I agree.
Yeah.
David, we're going to offline.
We'll talk about it.
You have to conversate some more about this decision.
The debate continues. To check out the shows we just talked about and more, say what to watch into your voice remote. And as always, we are going to close things out with Plan Ahead. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have this week's TV premieres, including a return to the Eastland School for Young Women, and Landon is here to tell us all about it. Take it away, Landon.
And live in front of a studio audience, we've got Kevin Hart, David Wayans, Jennifer Aniston, Gabrielle Union, Catherine Hahn. I mean, need I go on? That's right, folks. ABC's third installment of the series will feature recreations of the classic hit series Different Strokes and The Facts of Life. So join producers Jimmy Kimmel, Will Ferrell, and more tonight as we turn back the clocks. If you give me animals and a picturesque scene of the world exploration, I'm in. But then you throw Will Smith into the mix? Now let's run out an IMAX theater and leave planet Earth for a few hours. National Geographic is back with a once-in-a-lifetime adventure around the world, providing you with up-close and personal adventures to some of the world's most beautiful scenes to date. Oh, is that a bird I hear? No, it's just this blockbuster series dropping December 8th, with all episodes available to stream on Disney+. And maybe you're like me and had absolutely no idea who Anne Boleyn is. But if you're not, boy do I have a series for you. It turns out Anne was the Queen of England from 1533 to 1536, and AMC is rolling out a 3-part series chronicling the final months leading up to her beheading, in what's described as a psychological thriller. So catch the first episode this Thursday, December 9th, with the following 2 releasing on the Thursdays to come, all on AMC+. The Expanse fans in the room can finally rejoice, as the first episode of Season 6 returns after nearly a year's wait on December 10th. And if you haven't watched, I'll let you in on a little secret. Season 5 scored a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Because if we're being honest, I think the only thing 2021 hasn't featured yet is a solar system at war. So why not ring in the final month of the year in this fashion? So check out Season 6 of The Expanse Friday, December 10th on Prime Video. Last but not least, my favorite titled show of the premieres, Crossing Swords. This adult animated sitcom comes from the creators of Robot Chicken and features the likes of Nicholas Hoult, Alana Ubach, Seth Green, and more. So join in on this laugh-out-loud comedy that was renewed for a second season just 6 days after its premiere, and binge the first season before the next is available on Hulu, Friday, December 10th.
And Landon, I know there's also some big sports events you're excited about this week. Can you tell us about that?
This week, this weekend, this month, this year, it is sports time right now. If you literally like any sport, it's probably somewhere on your TV. Some of the big hitters coming up, though. On Sunday, we found out about bowl season. There are 4 billion games. If you like that, if you don't, that's okay. Some people think there should be less bowls, but all that matters is there's more football, in my opinion. And if you don't even like football, you could watch the Cheez-It Bowl and see the winning coach get showered by Cheez-Its, or the Duke's Mayo Bowl and watch the coach get showered in, that's right, Duke's Mayo. And then you got the CFP semifinals on New Year's Eve. You've got Alabama taking on Cincinnati, the super underdog, and that's followed by Georgia, Michigan. Moving on from college football, fantasy football push is on. So if you've got a fantasy league, you better get on that wire. It's not a time to sulk. There are playoff positions to be had, and you can get there, I promise. If you're an NBA fan, we've got a bunch of doubleheaders. Tonight, we've got a big one, Nets, Mavs, followed by Lakers, Celtics, bunch of classics. This weekend, we've got UFC 269, championship doubleheader there. It's Nunez Pena, followed by Oliveira, Poirier. And finally, a Sunday night football matchup your grandpa will get excited for. It's Aaron Rodgers and the Packers versus Matt Nagy and whoever he decides will play quarterback this weekend for the Bears. So you're right, David. There's quite a bit of sports out there.
Thanks, Landon. The Cheez-It Bowl. I can't imagine being doused in an absolute worst cracker. It just sucks all the moisture
you
out
were
of the
gonna
coach's
say.
body.
Whoa.
It just sucks the moisture. He's all shriveled up.
Oh my
dry,
gosh.
awful cracker.
Oh, get out of here.
David,
get
the
out of
world's
here.
This face
hater.
is how I feel.
Such
Oh
a
my
hater.
God. Like, I eat a box in bed every night.
They're so
But
good.
I'm
They
notorious.
all
It's
show.
notorious that I don't like Cheez-Its. That's why I bring it up.
But you
It's
like
just,
mayo?
I like. Yeah,
Blech.
Wait, mayo's good too, though.
Shower me in mayo.
No.
But
Oh, no.
No,
I'm
no, thank
gonna
you
have
for
to
that.
head out.
I know.
Yeah, on that note.
All right. Well, we will round things out this week with a few exciting TV finales, and Audrey is here to give us the rundown.
One of the newest dramas of the year, Fox's Our Kind of People, the soapy drama full of twists, turns, and stellar fashion, has taken viewers on a roller coaster ride through the aspirational world of Oak Bluffs in Martha's Vineyard. Tune in to see how it all ends. Fans of the One Chicago trilogy have been patiently waiting to see how their favorite dramas will end this year. After a 3-week hiatus, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD all return in a 3-hour block on December 8th on NBC. The 12th season of the long-running popular police drama Blue Bloods gathers for a final family dinner on December 10th. Where will things leave off with the Reagan family? Tune in as they undoubtedly fight, make up, and keep the public safe. Blue Bloods finales December 10th on CBS. They say if you love something, to set it free. Well, I'm not ready to say goodbye to Roman, Tom, Cousin Greg, or Kendall. But alas, Season 3 of Succession comes to what is sure to be a banger of an end on December 12th on HBO. And if bangers all the time are your thing, you should already be watching Mr. A and Mr. M, the story of A&M Records. The second part of the story about one of the most celebrated record labels in music history will conclude December 12th on Epix.
We're just all here discussing the best cracker that is on the market right now.
Audrey, the
Yeah.
finale
Triscuit.
you left out of there.
Triscuit.
The finale you left out is this is
Triscuits
David's
are
last
good.
episode with
Triscuits
that
are good.
awful Cheez-It opinion. That's the finale.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I mean,
wait, a
Cheez-Its might be
Triscuit?
the best. A
Triscuit
Triscuit
only if
with
it's
goat cheese.
cracked black pepper.
That's
Not
good.
a
But
plain
I'll eat any
Triscuit.
Triscuit. Oh, yeah.
Not a plain
Triscuit,
Triscuit.
eating a Triscuit is like eating like a hand-woven cardboard box. Why? How can you eat a Triscuit outside of a Cheez-It?
Oh. Well, this is all this and more on What to Watch Live, and that will do it for this week's episode. Huge thank you to my fellow Xfinity editors, Quam, Scott, and Audrey for the spirited cracker debate today, among other things.
Scott.
Landon.
Did I say Scott?
You
Oh,
did.
Quam, Landon,
That's clearly-
and
that's
Audrey.
clearly
There you go.
It's because you made that Cheez-It
Landon.
opinion.
Yeah.
You should get out of here, David.
It's
with
true.
your
Now you're
Cheez-Its.
cursed. You're
It's-
cursed.
Now we have to go. Quam, Landon, and Audrey. Next week, I think Scott will be here. Who knows? Maybe not. But it is our final show of 2021, so we hope you'll join us for a recap of yet another weird year with some of my favorite weird people. And until then, if you want to check out the TV shows and movies we talked about today, get more of our entertainment recommendations, or watch us interview big celebrities, just say what to watch into your voice remote. My name is David. Thank you for joining us on What to Watch Live.
Baking it. Ooh, ooh.